So just to name a couple, we have 4-Point Sheraton Hotels, or the 4-Star Charity, or the 4 Points in Lincoln, north, east, south, west. 4 Points in Pontiac, or the 4-Point Star in NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. A letter that is very important that you'll see in corporate symbolism is the E. It's the 5th letter of the alphabet. 5 is the number of death in the occult world, but to Freemasons it's known as well as the 5th essence, or the quintessence. In Greek this is epsilon, which means the spiritual power of transcendence. So you're going to see the E always standing out in some way. For example, the E in E-Trade, E in email, or corporate logos, you have E-Force. Intel with the E is lowered. The oblong E of Dell, or the oblong E of Enron. We also have the swooshed E above QS. It's a telecommunication company in the States, United States. Also, we also have 6669, or what's known as the yin-yang motif. 66 or 69 is known as the Great Work, or also known as the Qipla. This is the symbol that invokes the fallen angels. It's in Hebrew it's 6 or V, and then so 66 is VV or W, and 69 makes the yin yang. And it's also the astrological sign for Cancer. 69 is the astrological sign of Cancer as well. So you're going to see, for example, Phillips 66, or Volkswagen, the VW in Volkswagen, or it could also be 2 interlaced V's, 66. Or the winged W of Whataburger, or the yin yang in Safeway. We also have the yin yang of Symantec, or Pepsi, the yin yang in Pepsi, yeah, and as well Pepsi, which was the Egyptian equivalence of basically the devil. He was death, Lucifer, whatever you want to call it. He was the evil one, the devil. Pepsi. So it's even spelled the same way as well, too. Pepsi. Or the yin yang in Salem cigarettes. Saturn. The rings of Saturn are important to Masons based on astrology. So you're going to see the rings in a lot of places. According to Greek mythology, in Greek mythology, Kronos was the leader of the youngest and the first generation of Titans, the divine descendants of Gaia the Earth and Uranus the Sky. Kronos, he overthrew his father Uranus and ruled during the mythological Golden Age, until he was overthrown by his own son Zeus. So he was not, and as well, Kronos was not imprisoned in the depths of the underworld for this. But as a result of Kronos' importance, basically, in Greek mythology, to the Romans, his Roman equivalent is in fact Saturn, and had a large influence on Western culture. In accordance with the Near Eastern tradition, the seventh day of the Judeo-Christian calendar, or Judeo-Christian week, was also called in Latin Des Saturni, the day of Saturn. In today's calendar, this would be Saturday. As well, in astronomy, the planet Saturn is so called because of Roman astrology. It was considered the seventh and outermost of the seven heavenly objects that are visible with the naked eye. In an earlier version of Kronos, from before the worship of Zeus became popular, is considered to be connected with the Semitic deity as well, Baal Hammon, or Baal. The baby-eating myth of Kronos is considered to derive from such earlier religions, as Baal Hammon was sometimes worshipped also as well as Moloch. If you didn't know that, whose cult involved child sacrifice by burning with a statue of Baal Hammon or Moloch. And interestingly enough, where do the most powerful and elite of the world do that every summer? Well, if you guess Bohemian Grove and California Redwoods, you're right. So, that's where it is, people. And we'll see the rings in a lot of places. You're gonna see the rings in, well, for an obvious one, Saturn, Nortel, rings whisking around Saturn of Nortel. The ring in Earthlink, that's not zooming around the Earth, that's going around Saturn, rings of Saturn. Or the swoosh of Nike, rings of Saturn. Or AAA, DirecTV, Bell Canada. But the ring's very popular. You're going to see it lots of places. Lots of places. Church bells and turrets is also something that you're going to see around a lot as well. Because obviously the Masons were the early builders of cathedrals and the churches. They were Freemasons. They were the builders. So it's not unusual to see it displayed in franchise fast foods. They're almost all run by Masons. You can see, you got the turret up there, KFC. You got the turret where the children play in Burger King. Or the turret out front, A&W. Well, going back to a little bit about Goddess Columbia there, you have the Statue of Liberty of Eastside Mario's. Statue of Liberty is in fact symbolic to the Goddess Columbia holding the lighted torch, the light. She has the light. She's shining the light. Or the turret of TGIF. Or the church bell in Taco Bell. Also as well, you have McDonald's. There's the Golden Arches, the Knights Templar. They were the first. They were basically the fathers that started off the whole agenda of this New World Order and got it actually moving, got it going. And they were the chasers of diamonds and gold. So you have the Golden Arches of McDonald's, which, if you look at it sideways, in fact, will make a 13. The McDonald's as well, the McDonald family bloodline also spans off the blue blood royal families of Europe, which they're all high-level Masonic family bloodlines. Ronald McDonald House.